Hello, nurturers. It's Natalie here. I know that you be within your rights to course me because you know what, consistency is key. But yeah, what? Yeah, I've got an assignment due in tomorrow, and that's why hadn't done the reading yesterday. But I'm here now. I'm here now. In my Cat Williams voice. I'm going to stop being silly and jump right in. Our overall energy for the week is the Nine of Pentacles, which is a very positive card to have. It speaks about like worries coming to an end. Usually a card of happiness, of success. Both like a kind of earthly, just regular, but also just on a spiritual. You might have been I don't know about you, but just leading up to this period might have been just like things feel like a very hard slug. But the Nine of Pentacles speaks to things sort of turning around, and also remember to sort of pass the baton back if you've been struggling and somebody's helped you. Remember to also, Sankofa, go back and fetch it, turn back and help somebody else out as well, because actually 9 tenths of wealth is about spiritually how wealthy you are on the inside. So remember that. If you're looking for work, Nine of Pentacles is a good card, like maybe a better job than you thought, or promotion maybe, um, that sort of thing. But there's a lot to be thankful for at the moment. So remember to say thank you. In love and what have you, it's a good omen as well. If you're committed, like the relationship's supposed to like get to higher levels, and if you're unattached as well and looking, then it says that Nine of Pentacles is about saying like you've got what it takes to just there might be somebody new, meaningful, and quite deep heading. So just be on the lookout, and then also remember to smile. In terms of your finances, again, be looking at well what is truly wealth. So yeah, your coins might be coming in. Oh, yes, please, yes, but also your spiritual coin. Your network, which is your net worth kind of thing. Even when you run your face, how much is your network worth? Health is supposed to be a good sign with this card as well. You should be feeling full of like bit of fire in your belly, ready to go, energy, which is good. Um, and if you've like put in any tests or something, for most people, because remember it's an open reading, so it'll apply to people that are reading, but it might not apply to some people. But for those that it applies to, you might get a good result back from any test that you're waiting for. If you don't, I'm very sorry, and it's not for everybody. It's not 100% one size fits all. Like I just feel like I need to say that. And then in terms of spirituality, it speaks of like peace and your self esteem being good. So the overall energy for the week is one of you're starting from a very strong place, which is a good thing, nurturer. And that takes us into the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands speaks to, it might be that you find yourself in a competitive competition, but if you're in some sort of competition, you're normally supposed to come out on top still. I think lucky seven, because one's is about action, fire. It's that kind of chutzpah. A friend of mine said that word and it stuck with me. Things should be going well. You should be projects should be moving in the right direction. You may still have to have you may have moments of like self doubt that pop up like the little gremlin on the shoulder, but give it a flick. When this card pops up, it talks about that saying feel the fear and do it anyway. Yeah. So in terms of communicating, make yourself clear where you stand to people. Like your thinking is clear. And sometimes if people get things misconstrued, sometimes you have to just draw the line real clearly, so demarcate the things so they know and you know that you've told them, kind of thing. Yeah. Right. And because the Seven of Wands can often indicate that there's a change to come, like usually a positive one, and usually it's in like your personal or business life. Um, Card also talks about Seven of Wands is like think for yourself, be independent. It's also saying that this is a time, yeah, that if you're looking to go into business, be self-employed, and that this is a really good time. Make sure you check what you're doing. Make sure like you're looking up contracts. Make sure you're looking at business models and what have you, whether it's the right thing for what you're doing, and how to successfully monetize what you're doing. Just be very logical. Don't give up sure for unsure, obviously. Like, don't walk into work and say, yeah, forget these bitches kind of thing, I'm starting my own business, so born use. Like, it's a very impulsive thing to do. If you can, like, make a gradual crossover and say, or, cut your hours down to part time while you build, like, that's a sensible option to, like, but if they really are doing you nothing, well, then you have to take your own destiny. But don't say it's me did tell you to walk out the job, Oh, okay. In love, let's see. Speak your mind to your partner and, be clear because it will improve things. But, just like don't race up nobody, just talk nice and it like but be clear. Again, it's that knowing where you stand. For the single folks them out there, like with the overall energy of the Nine of Pentacles, apparently the Seven of Wands is saying that, there might be somebody that's out there that you could meet someone. Try something new, like if you probably, I don't know, you normally go to a certain spot on a Friday night and you get a random invite somewhere else, you never know. Dun, dun, dun. Supposed to be an increase in finances, the Seven of Wands talks about. And in terms of health, you might be worrying for no reason unnecessarily. Positive, keep a positive attitude no matter what's going on. Try and remain positive, which yeah, we know is easier said than done sometimes, but actually, again, thoughts become things, and it so if you're worrying about something, that worry manifests itself. Like there's a lot of madness going on in the world at the moment, so it's like having to really just remain clear and say, right, even if something is gone a bit Pete tongue, it's not the end of the world. Can get it back. Look back on all the times where you've come through things, and you looking back at them. That mean looking back on something means you come through it, you catch it. All right. And then because it's saying by basically by facing your fears and what have you. You see, when you're scared of something and you face it down, how do you feel when you come out the other side? You feel like a boss, and it like you feel like yeah, you've accomplished something, and then it's the next obstacles. It makes each obstacle then easier and easier. It's not to say that there's no fear at all, but basically that's where courage comes from. So utilize your courage. Courage is basically seeing the fear and tackling it anyway. That's what courage is, you know what I mean? So we're not saying that there's no fear or don't be scared. It's just tap into your courage and master yourself, all right? And if an opportunity calls, go for it. You know what I mean? This is what the Seven of Wands, it's like the lucky seven of action. Like, yo, go for it, man, because you never know. Also, that brings us to our next card, which is the Tower. It's the first time actually since I've had this deck that I've actually read the Tower. Usually a card that a lot of people are scared of, but in its essence, a Tower usually speaks to change. It's a major arcana card, so we've got two major arcana cards in the reading, which is the Tower and Strength. So Tower, basically Tower usually speaks to when you have them lessons in life, like when you might be stuck in a rut or something, and when like you get little signs that say, yo, you need to change something about this, you need to do something about this, but you're like, tomorrow, and you put it off and you put it off. Sometimes when it's something important enough, the universe can just go bang and make the decision for you. So for me, the Tower card normally comes up when you're looking at something, when you're ignoring your intuition and ignoring what you normally see. And then the Tower's there to come in and say, you know what? Because if you look, you can see like two people, like the Tower, like they could quick bolt of lightning and then drop off the tower, like it's to shake things up a little bit. So following on from the Nine of Coins or Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, it's like basically saying, look, It's time to be moving forward. Stop dragging your heels. Come on, be brave. It's like, okay, I'm a bit scared. I don't really know if I should leap or that. Boom, tower will come in, whatever that energy is, and just shift things real, real fast. So it's not necessarily a bad card. It's a bit like pulling a, when you, instead of pulling the plaster off gently, you rip it off really quick, and then it's like, all right, boom. Let's have a look and see what the it says about the tower, because that's just my own personal feeling about the card. It's basically saying that it's likely that people or situations that you've counted on before might not be there in the same way again. It doesn't have to be a bad thing, because it's basically change, and it change happens. Um, it's like, basically, if you go against the change, it's like you're going to be trying to swim against the tide, swim against the tide, swim against the tide, and it might cause your boat to just coop on the rocks, and you get me, unnecessarily. I think dreams are important. Pay attention to your dreams, and but stay grounded in reality, and you'll be get through it. Whatever it is that comes up, just know that actually it's quite positive. With these two cards, 7 and 9, or 9 and 7, I should say, which are both power numbers. You got your lucky 7, you got your power 9. That kind of shores you up, and also following on from the tower is also the strength card, which speaks to like the mind over matter, basically. Focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. So whatever comes up for this, the tower card, sometimes it can be leaving a workplace, sometimes it can be a relationship coming to an end. What else? It's just something that's, it can sometimes it, when a tower comes up, or a tower issue, it can be what you call it, something like, when you turn around and you think, yeah, I knew that was coming. It's not always like strictly out the blue, but what I'm seeing from this reading, it's saying, yes, you've been sort of bolstered by the 9 of coins and the 7 of wands for whatever this is that happens here with the tower. And you're also on the other side bolstered by the strength card. So let me stop waffling and carry on about the strength card still. Okay, so strength is basically harnessing your thoughts and use them, for the highest good, whether it's for yourself or in service of others. Because when you serve others, you serve yourself. Da 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 da. And basically it's conquering your fears. So the fears that might be coming up, boom, conquer them. Like once you conquer them, you come out the other side. You're good. And also control impulses and be patient with yourself, be kind. It's all about that nurture still, like, which is why I started what I'm doing, because as much as we're just regular people doing our thing, actually life can be harsh, and you can be working in a place where it's just like perform, perform, perform for a little bit of money, and you can feel unappreciated or what have you. So it's about like just being kind, like, and kindness starts with yourself, really. Okay, I'm waffling, I digress. But it does tie in, because it's said to make time to meditate, and just all the meds, contemplate, take some like alone time, which is quite scary for a lot of people. It could be where everybody's in the next room and you just step away for 10 minutes and just sit in silence, or just concentrating on your breathing or what have you. Like, these are all good things to do. Not everybody has the luxury of living with their self. You might have 50-11 pitney in the house, children, I should say, in the house, partner, in-laws, whoever. You might be living in a house share or what have you, but it might be even, the whole house has gone to bed, and you have a half an hour from midnight to midnight 30 where you light a candle and look at the flame for 5-10 minutes. Just that you time, you get me? All right, I'm giving away my tips and tricks now. These are little previews, but it's all right, I'll allow ya. So one fear, let fear go. Things will be going all right. Keep your head on straight, work should be going well. If you're looking, just know that you've got the skill set to find it. It's gonna come true. You just have to be patient, My nan, I'm telling you, I'm always like the amount of jewels that woman drops. That's why every minute I'm quoting her. She used to say, "Patient man ride donkey." That means if you're patient, yeah, you might get a lift. If you're just rushing, you have to walk your foot. Any, in love, things should be going quite well if you're committed. It's likely that there's a strong relationship which is supportive and that which is a good thing. If you're on the lookout for my single folks, it's a much better, like it's supposed to indicate a good time to meet someone. So it's quite interesting that Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and the Strength card saying about meeting someone for the singles. The Tower card is saying that there might be something that comes to an end. Just watch out, look out, be aware, be clear. In terms of your finances for the Strength card, it should be quite positive. So put something away, put a little bit away just to cover you. You get what I'm saying? Because even if you've been broke for a bit, if you've been broke, that really all them times you was frivolous. You should have been putting away a little something to cover you. You get me? All right, and little treats. It could be just even a manicure or a pedicure or something. You get what I mean? So it's all to the good. And my darlings, that sort of concludes the reading, which is for the 17th to the 23rd of April. My God, the month's running by quick, innit? And you know what? Considering that we're in a Mercury retrograde as well, I was so worried about doing this, especially under pressure and stuff like that. But actually, thank you for your patience, and I'm actually quite pleased to have my first retrograde reading out the way. Natalie signing out. Peace.